What's good, man? We got Does Race Matter when it comes to dating? Keep it 100 cut edition. That's what we're getting into right now, man. If you're new to the channel, only thing I want you to do is subscribe and like the video, man. That's it. We on the road to 4,000 subscribers. So sub up. Sub up, man. Let's get to 4K. Let's get straight into this.
Have you ever dated outside of your race?
Yes.
Let's talk about your current partner. What race are they?
He's a white cis man.
And what about your partner before that?
He was a white cis man.
Huh? And then what about before that?
Before that, oh no, he was a white cis man, but ask me the one before that.
She's so funny.
Have you ever dated outside of your race?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I have.
Oh yeah.
I've dated, I'd say, every race.
Currently dating someone outside my race right now.
My girlfriend right now is mixed.
I've dated a lot of white guys, but I've also dated Mexican guys as well.
I currently have a partner right now, and they're a white partner.
I've only dated 2 people, and my husband, my current partner, he's mixed.
And you're white?
I am very white, yes.
Very, very white, okay.
Have you ever dated outside of your race?
I'm black and Asian. I've never dated anybody that's black or Asian.
My current girlfriend
Oh,
is
wow.
Asian.
It's Japanese American.
Puerto Ricans.
Chinese. My husband is.
Bro, where are they getting these Asians from? I can't find none. No, I'm just playing. I'm joking.
My partner actually of over 10 years is black.
I'm in a
Have you
relationship,
ever dated outside of your race?
I'm currently dating outside of my
and I have dated outside my race as well. Once.
race. I'm learning a lot.
What are you learning?
White people just really love the outdoors. They it doesn't matter if the weather's bad, it doesn't matter if there's bugs and mosquitoes everywhere, they are outside.
Why did
That's
you
funny.
date
That's hilarious.
Experience, get to know the other culture as well.
Where I grew up, white people were one of the minority.
No, twice. I've dated a white woman and I dated a Hispanic woman before. I think that was it.
So it was usual for everyone to date outside their race.
I grew up in Los Angeles, so there's a lot more than just white guys.
Sometimes I equate the feeling of whiteness to a lack of passion.
I would prefer that they're not white because it makes...
I've never heard of that.
To a lack of passion.
I would prefer that they're not white because it makes it more interesting, I think.
Have you ever dated outside of your race?
I can understand that because you learning different things that not typical to your, race. Because certain people, like, I ain't gonna say certain people, but certain races do like a lot of stuff that's like traditional, and a lot of stuff that like everybody generally do. And dating outside your race opens doors up to different ideas, different, possibilities, whatever.
No.
No.
No, but I don't
Interesting, I think.
What is it?
Have you ever dated outside of your race?
No.
No.
No, but I don't think so.
Well, I've only dated one person, and he is like also the same mixed race makeup as me, so no.
What's your ethnicity?
My mom's white, and my dad is Mexican, white, Chinese, and Native American.
I'm biracial,
Oh.
so if
Oh,
I were
wow.
to date another black person, I don't consider that outside of my race, but I also don't consider dating a white person outside of my race.
But have you ever dated someone that wasn't white or black or mixed?
No, I haven't.
Why haven't you dated outside of your race?
It hasn't risen as an opportunity.
Opportunity has not been there.
Never had the opportunity.
I'm pretty sure people have shot they shot. Some people is just not open-minded to doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't let the opportunity present itself, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you can turn stuff down before it even comes to you, or you don't just give off that approachable aura to yourself.
Hasn't risen as an opportunity.
Opportunity has not been there.
Never had the opportunity to.
I've had people that I've been interested in, but we just never ended up dating.
Have you ever dated outside of your race?
I have not.
Why not?
I think in my younger years it was fear. And I'm not sure what that fear is defined as. And
We know what you're talking about. And honestly, it's just word of mouth. You can't even get mad. You cannot get mad of the fear because it's just a general fear that people have of, certain race. They don't know why they have that fear. They just hear things, oh, this, that, and third. And majority of the time, it's not true.
it just, the opportunities never came after a point where I didn't feel.
And this is why I said sometimes you don't welcome the opportunity. So it's hard to approach somebody where you can see before you even get to them they're already not interested. You already locked eyes. They're not even looking at you no more. You like, okay, forget it. What's the point of approaching? I know they're going to clench their purse and say, no, I'm all right.
The time that I was dating a lot, I went to a school that was like very Caucasian.
So I just tend to be in spaces where there are a lot of white people.
Where I grew
I
up,
can see
it was
that.
pretty white.
I can see that. I can see that because I didn't get around a bunch of different like mixed cultures until I went to college for real. Majority of the time, it was all either blacks or like Hispanics. It wasn't that many whites like where I was at, where I grew up at, unless I went like downtown Chicago or some shit.
Grew up in a little tiny town.
Small town.
Small town in Kansas.
I grew up in Montana. There wasn't really a lot of people that were not my race.
Just the only people that I've gravitated towards they're both just happen to be white.
Statistically, I'm probably gonna end up with a white person. That's the way of the world.
Ooh, what do you mean by that?
I mean, it's just like generally people like to stick within their cultural groups because they want to feel accepted to the highest extent that they can be.
Why would you
I can see that. It's not that much expectation staying within your comfort zone because it's like, I already know what they expect to be. I just gotta live up to what I'm supposed to be. Going into another race, different culture, different atmosphere. They want you to be a different type of way. You might not be comfortable or accepting to that way. Not necessarily saying acceptance, but comfortable. So I can see that.
Typically date within your race?
Just because it's easier to relate to each other, I think.
I've only dated outside my race once. We just didn't see eye to eye.
I'm Latina, so I feel like other people wouldn't really get our issues as much.
The type of upbringings we have are different.
I don't know why I like that spike chain though. I don't know why. It just looked different.
People wouldn't really
I think I seen
get
like a bust
our
down chain like
issues
that.
as much.
The type of upbringings we have are different. Finances in our family were different.
I have been predominantly dating
Blasian?
black men. There's a level that we just understand each other at, and I don't have to really explain anything about my culture.
See, that's why, like I just explained, it's just easier to stay there because you already know what's expected of you.
What is your race?
I'm South Asian, more specifically Indian.
You usually date Indian men.
I would say that's my type, and I didn't really branch out until recently, mainly because I've had some bad experiences with Indian men.
I would say I typically date white males, to be honest.
Why do you tend to date white guys?
Kind of just a preference I've had, and for me, kind of growing up and seeing the Latino machismo culture, that kind of just turned me off.
Have you ever dated outside of your race?
Yes, I have.
I have, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
All the time.
Do you tend to have a preference?
All the
when dating?
time.
I don't know that I have a preference, but I've dated more white men than I have any other race.
I guess generally
Then you have a preference. That's a preference. It's like, I prefer, a white man, but I'm accepting to other race too. But I prefer this. So you definitely have a preference.
I tend to date white people.
I definitely have dated mostly white women.
It's a lot of white guys.
I don't think that I'm like attractive towards people outside of my race.
Why?
I don't.
My boy, what this boy remind me of? What that Australia rapper is? I forgot his name. Damn.
I don't really know.
Do you tend to have a preference when dating?
No, just not white.
I typically don't find Caucasian men as attractive, and I think my love of Asian food and anime and stuff kind of just translated to I love specifically Asian features. That
I can understand this, bro. This is where a lot of like love for Asian women come from, is anime and just seeing, and then everybody love their food, their culture. Like a lot of people love that stuff. I know I'm one of them, so I think that's where a lot of people love for Asians come from.
That sounds really bad.
Definitely
but
anime.
I guess we
I
all like
love
what we
anime.
like, right?
Why do you date
Ain't
white
nothing
guys?
wrong with that.
I like blonde hair, so I feel like that often white guys have the hair color that I'm looking for.
I don't like. I like alternative indie guys, and that's who tends to be, kind of on the edgier side.
Have you ever dated
What did she say?
Color that I'm looking for.
I don't like. I like alternative indie guys, and that's who tends to be, kind of on the edgier side.
Have you ever dated outside of your race?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It depends on the character of
The
the person.
character of the person. I love that answer. I love that answer, bro. Because everybody, like, you have some people that just because they're another, race or ethnicity or whatever, that you can still find similarities within yourself, not your race or your ethnicity, but yourself, and that can bring you together. Or that might be the right balance you need. They might be something that you're not. So, opposites attract. So
I was like starting to date and everything. I realized I didn't really have a preference.
Racial preference? People of color, just because there's a lot more that I can connect with. However, I don't have a racial requirement. And that's what pisses me off. People will literally misconstrue a preference over a requirement.
Have you ever dated outside your race?
Yes.
I like that. I like that answer he just gave. Cause like Shorty said, she requires her dude to have blonde hair. That's a requirement and a preference. It's both.
Not really. I
crazy.
think there were some aspects.
And that's probably where I got old girl wrong. Like, she said she got a preference, but she don't have a requirement. So I like dude
culture
answer.
that I tried to understand that I didn't, just because it's not my own.
Have you ever dated outside of your race?
I have.
Has that caused any tension with your family?
Not with my family particularly, but oftentimes with the other person's family.
Yeah, my family was real accepting when I was dating, the white woman. I said the white woman. My white girlfriend at the time. My family was cool with it. Like, they, we don't care as long as you're a good person and you treating whoever you with, whether it's me or a male in the family, female in the family, as long as you treating them right, we don't care. We don't care. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the barbecue.
My family is racist, so I was apprehensive about bringing her home, but her family was super welcoming to me, so it wasn't an issue on that side.
I mean, I was dating this guy who was...
And to clear it up, the white woman I was dating with, her family was real cool. Loved me.
He was black in high school, and I was telling my mom who he was, and she was like, but he's black. So I think there's a lot of implicit bias that I do think kind of stems from.
And I think that's why a lot of white people don't date black people, is because of that right there. That awkwardness of, he don't belong here, type of energy.
She was like, but he's black. So I think there's a lot of implicit bias that I do think kind of stems from my parents.
I guess my lifestyle is a little bit different from theirs.
I mean, no one says anything, but you just get the looks,
I've had black partners in the past.
It's awkward. You don't want to be around the other partner's family because they make it awkward. And I think that's what a lot of people from, different races kind of steer away from, because they don't want to make someone feel awkward around their family.
That have asked me, if the cops pull us over, you got to take the lead a little bit because it's just a little scary. And same thing goes for when the height of ICE detainment was going on. I had a Hispanic partner and we had a long talk about what that looked like for their family, etc.
Have you ever dated outside of your race?
Yeah, my current wife, she's born and raised in Puerto Rico, and I'm from the States.
Any cultural
That's what's up.
differences that come up?
She makes fun of my language all the time. If I think something's really fun, I'll be like, ooh, that's a hoot and a half.
I ain't gonna lie. I speak some, I can get on my proper, grammar type stuff, but for the most part, I speak Ebonics or, whatever they want to call it. My white girl definitely was talking about the way I talk. It was kind of funny to me, but it rubbed off. They started copying my lingo and stuff.
And she says that is just too silly.
Did you see yourself ending up with someone of a specific race?
I think in the hindsight, no, but for years, I was told by family, you gotta stay in the race.
They want me to date someone who also understands my culture, because with me dating white men, generally, it's just harder for them to understand certain things.
If I want to listen to my heart, it's good with me, but if I want to listen to my family, it's not so good.
I come from a
Korean
and white family, and I
always gotta go with your heart. If it's right with you, at the end of the day, it's your life. It's your life. Your family can't live your life for you. Your family can't make you happy, generally speaking, because you're not gonna live with your family members forever. You know what I'm saying? Follow your heart always.
I was always told, date a nice, rich white boy.
Who are you dating right now?
A white boy.
Oh,
Would
wow.
you feel any pressure from your parents to date a certain race?
No, I mean, I'm mixed. So my dad's white, my mom's Asian.
Do you get pressure from your mom at all?
No, honestly, she's more like, marry someone who comes from a good family, has like passion, good work, makes money.
It was mainly
Makes
pressure
money.
to stay away from anybody ever. And
Oh, she didn't want to say it. She didn't want to say it. You seen it on her lips. She was like, look at her lips, bro. She says it.
it was mainly pressure to stay away from
Look. Black man.
anybody ever. And
Look.
just like focus on getting good grades and going to school.
The only like criteria that I've seen them have is that they really want someone that is outdoorsy.
Have you ever dated someone else
Oh, girl just said that. White people love to be outside. That's funny. And then she come around and say that.
outside your race?
Yes, it's cool when you're dating people from different backgrounds because you can get a sense of culture that you probably would never get a sense of
Exactly.
originally. I'm more
I've done a lot of quote unquote white people shit, and some of that shit is fun. Some of it's scary. They do like shit where they just ride down creeks and stuff. I'm not into it. You know, I'm a city boy. They was doing a bunch of country stuff. I wasn't into it, but it was fun. Some of it was very fun.
more into people. Like if they're cool and we click, then it's cool.
I go for people who have sweet personalities and kind hearts.
I don't like discriminate.
Who do your parents want to bring home?
Anybody at this point.
Oh, that's funny.